In the last class, we had started with this new section, starting from the 46th Sutra, 46th up to the 50th. The teacher over here is indicating to us who is a person or who is that sadhak or seeker who will cross over the ocean of samsara or who will cross over Maya. The 46th Sutra started with Kastarate Kastarati Maya. Who crosses over Maya? Who really crosses over Maya? The teacher himself or the Acharya himself puts forth a question and he answers also. And at the end, the teacher will say, such and such a person who has got all these qualities, 12 actually of the 12 of them, all these factors which have got accomplished in him, which have got fulfilled in him or in her, such a person crosses over Maya. Means such a person realizes and becomes a Jivan Mukta. So we had gone through a few of them, 12 of them I did indicate. In the 46th Sutra there were 3, and then we had entered into the 47th Sutra. There were 4 over here. 4 of them have been, 4 factors have been indicated over here. We had finished 3 of them, and the last one we had to do. So who crosses over Maya? When these factors are accomplished in a person, such a person crosses over Maya. So the 4th one over here in the 47th Sutra is Yoga Kshemam Tyajati. That's what we had to do. So we have seen Tyaga means to give up. So over here, what is it that a person has to give up, or a seeker or sadhak has to give up to attain to mukti, moksha, etc. Here we are talking about the path of bhakti, bhakti marg, the path of devotion. So over here, yoga kshemam have to be given up. In the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan tells us that whoever has got single-pointed, wholehearted, complete, total devotion onto him, such a person's yoga and kshema become his responsibility. But over here, the teacher says, Yoga Kshemam Tyajati. So there it is all for us who are just maybe starting on our spiritual journey. But one who has already started walking the spiritual path, a sadhak, what should he give up? He should give up yoga and kshema. Again, like I said earlier in the last class also, all these are indicating towards our spiritual sadhana, the spiritual practices that we have to accomplish within ourselves, or they also indicate to us the characteristics of a bhakta of the Lord, or a jnani and bhakta we have already seen are one and the same. So a Jivan Mukta's characteristics also have been indicated over here. He possesses all these. He has fulfilled or accomplished all of them within himself. But for us, all of them are instructions, guiding factors for all of us. So what is it that a person should give up? Both yoga and kshema. Kshema means to maintain. Whenever we talk about maintaining, it means I already have that with me. It can mean things, it can mean beings also. All things that come into our life, all beings, individuals also enter into our lives. Whether they are relations or friends or whatever it is. At home, in the office, etc. So there are some people who have already come into our lives. There are some things which have already come into our lives. And they are required for all of us. We need them. So therefore they have to be maintained. Who will maintain it for us? Bhagavan says he will maintain it over there. But over here we are told to give it up. So all maintenance to be given up. Yoga means to acquire. Whenever we talk about acquiring, it means right now we don't have that thing in our life. Therefore I want it. I'm going to acquire it in the near future. And to acquire it, of course, we have to put in effort. So yoga and kshema stand for all things and beings that have already entered into our life, and all things and beings which have not yet entered into our lives, but we wanted to enter into our lives. Over there, Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita, both of them I will look after. Means whatever we have in our lives, you needn't have to maintain it. I will maintain it for you. I will protect it for you. I will preserve it for you. And whatever you need in your life, things and beings which are right now not there with us, I will make sure that they will enter into your life, that they will come into your life, is what the Lord promises over there. He says it's my responsibility. So it no more becomes our responsibility. But one condition over there. What is the condition? Ananya Bhakti should be there towards Him. Over here, when we start walking the path of devotion, slowly, when the love for the Lord or devotion for the Lord overwhelms us, slowly, it is the experience of all devotees or all who are walking the spiritual path, that they drop all this, yoga and kshema. Why? They themselves have completely surrendered themselves onto the Lord. Totally and unconditionally, when they have surrendered onto the Lord, where is the question of I coming in? Where is the question of mine coming in? Only when I is there, mine comes. Mine comes. Mine means whatever I have in my life. So only then the problem of maintenance comes in. And also, when I and mine come in, I don't have these things in my life, therefore I want it. Yoga also comes in over there. But a person who has completely handed himself to the Lord, unconditionally, yoga and kshema have got no significance for him at all. He has dropped all of them. Whatever the Lord gives in his life, Lord may give, Lord may take away. Whatever he has, Lord may maintain it, or like I said, he may take it. Or the Lord may bring things into his life, Lord may not bring things into his life. It just doesn't matter to him at all. Why? For him only the Lord exists. So whatever the Lord does, Lord's will, he has completely accepted it. So therefore, we see this very beautifully in the lives of all our saints, all our Mahatmas. So yoga kshemam tyajati. He has completely given up these two factors. I want this, I want this, I want to acquire this, I want to acquire this. Why right now it is not there in my life? Or these things are there in my life. I have to work over there. I have to put in self-effort. Why? I have to maintain it all. If I don't work, what will happen to my family? What will happen to all those who are depending on me? What will happen to all the things around me and about me, which I have collected? I have to maintain it. He has dropped both of them. So, yoga kshemam tyajati. That was 47th sutra. Then the 48th sutra. 3 more over here. 12 factors, 3 more over here. Narada says, Yaha karma palam tyajati, karmani sanyasyati, tato nirdvandvo bhavati. Tato means therefore. So actually, as a consequence of having achieved all these points within ourselves or accomplished them, the teacher says one becomes free of the pairs of opposites. They are the ones who actually trouble us. He becomes free from the pairs of opposites which function in our life. So we'll go through one by one. Ya karma palam tyajati. All of us enter into any field of activity because there is always a willing and a wishing. A longing is there. A craving is there. We want to acquire this, whatever it be. In our life it is not there, but now we want it. So a desire is there in us, therefore we enter into the field of activity. Once we enter into the field of activity, we have started doing our karma, performing our karma, performing actions. Every karma will lead to its logical conclusion. So at the end product will come to us. The result of the karma, of every karma, is called as karma pala, the fruit of the activity that we have performed. So every karma that we do plus time is equal to karma phala. The time interval may be short. It may be 1 second, it may be 2 seconds, it may be 1 minute, it may be a day or months or years, it may be janmas. But every karma that we engage ourselves in, sure it will bring to us the karma pala, which we have to go through, good or bad, but we have to go through it. Here is a person who has completely dropped it all. So like I said, it not only represents for us or paints for us a beautiful man of perfection, the characteristics of a bhakta of the Lord, but it is also telling us or indicating to us what is the sadhana that we have to do in our lives. So here karma pala has been mentioned, karma also has been mentioned. And Bhagavan says, karma pala, Narada says, karma palam tyajati, karmani sanyasyati. Both look the same to us. Tyaga is also giving up, renouncing. Sannyasa, nyasa means to give up. Sannyasa means to completely give up. So both mean the same to us. Both are renunciation only. Why did the Acharya over here use different words? For karma pala he says tyaga. For karma he says sannyasa. According to us, both mean renunciation. This doubt comes to Arjuna in the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the opening verse over there, stanza over there. 18th chapter, last chapter, starts with a doubt, Arjuna's doubt. Arjuna asks Krishna, I want you to tell me the difference between tyaga and sannyasa. Why both look the same to me? Tyaga is also giving up, sannyasa also is giving up. If both mean the same, why two different words to indicate the same? So what is the difference, Krishna, between tyaga and sannyasa? Arjuna asks Krishna. And then Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Bhagavan answers over there. He says, tyaga means to give up karma pala. Sannyasa means to completely give up karma. What type of karma? Desire prompted karma. He says, kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam. Second verse of the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So nyasa means to give up. Sannyasa means to totally give up. What sort of karmas should we give up? Bhagavan says over there, kamyanam karmanam nyasam. All activities or karma prompted by desires. Where desires are there only I and mine will be there. Ahankara and mamakara will be there. So such activities, Bhagavan says, to totally and completely give up is called as sannyasa. And what is tyaga? Sarva karma pala tyagam is tyaga, he says. So once we have engaged ourselves in the field of activity and started performing our karma, after performing the karma pala will come to us. Not to hold on to or not to cling to the karma pala and say it's only mine. Why? I worked for it. It completely belongs to me. I alone should enjoy it. To give up that is called as tyaga. Over here we are told both should be given up. Again, to give up karma, to do sannyasa of karma is not just giving up all karma, sitting down over there, not doing anything at all. Why? Bhagavan said in the Gita, Narada is telling us over here, all karma give up. So we needn't even have to go and cook over there. Why? That is also karma. Bhagavan said to give up everything. It doesn't mean that at all. That's why in the Gita, Bhagavan says, kamyana, desire prompted, ego prompted karmas, which arise due to our I-ness and mineness. Such karma should be given up. And that is called as sannyasa. So sannyasa doesn't only mean going to an ashram and taking sannyasa, getting initiated over there. That is one part. But the real sannyasa is a state of the mind. There are so many householders. Like in the life of saints we can see, there are so many householders who have reached the state of Jivan Mukta and they are grahasthas, they are householders. They have not got initiated, formally initiated into sannyasatva. So sannyasa actually is a state of the mind. It's very, very difficult to give up desire prompted activity. It's difficult. If we try, only then we will know. It's so easy to say, I've given up all my activity. I've given up all karma. Desire prompted karma, yes, I've given up. It's easy to say. It's not easy to give it up at all. Very, very difficult. Why? Our prarabdha we have brought. Within us is packed what we like, what we don't like, what is conducive to us, what is not conducive to us. It's all there. And therefore, it will force us. And where I and mine is there, we will be prompted into desiring something. Helplessly, we will be forced to start desiring for something, longing for something, craving for something. When it happens, we do not know. But the longing or the craving or the desiring has already come to us. Why? We are in the realm of ego. So once that desire comes to us, that willing and wishing comes to us, immediately we will engage ourselves in the field of activity. So all karmas which we are doing through the whole day and through all the days is nothing but desire prompted activity. That Bhagavan says should be given up totally. It's not so easy. Therefore, for us, what is the Lord saying? He says, first to start doing karma pala tyaga. So we already we longed for something, we have craved for something, we desire something in our life. Therefore, we entered into the field of activity and performed the activity also. Went through the karma. After that, the karma pala will come to us. There it is easier for us to drop even that is not easy. Relatively, it is easier for us to drop the karma pala than drop the karma. Because karma pala is slightly more grosser than the karma itself. Karma is gross. We are doing it with our hands. We are using our physical body. But why did we do the karma? Because of the subtle desire in us. How to remove all the desires in us? Very difficult. Again in the Gita, Arjuna asks Krishna, 3rd chapter, what is it that prompts me, Krishna, to enter into any field of activity and just go and do things? Sometimes I feel I don't wish to do it, I don't want to do it, but it looks like somebody is forcing me to do it. As though somebody is pushing me from behind and saying, do this, do this. What is that mighty force, unseen force, which forces us into any field of activity, which actually should not be taken up, let's say by a cultured person? Then Krishna says over there, Kama yeshaha, Krodha yeshaha, he said. Krodha is also as a consequence of Kama only. Kama means desiring. So the main culprit in all our lives is desire. So it's very difficult for us to drop our desires. Once the desires have been dropped, we will no more enter into desire prompted activities. Mahatmas are like that. They don't have any desires in them. Why? No I, no mine, no ego at all. They have transcended it. But still they are functioning over there. We see them performing activities. It is not desire prompted activities. Then what is coming out of them? Bhagavan's sankalpa or Bhagavan's will functioning through them. Therefore, it's easier for us to work at dropping the karma pala than to drop the karma itself. Therefore, first we start with handling the karma pala. Mean after we have already performed the activity, gone through the karma, when the karma pala comes to us, a little bit of awareness over there, and then we drop our clinging attachment to the karma pala. That also we offer it to the Lord. Krishna Arpana. Even like I said, that also is not easy, but then we can start. If we are really earnest to walk the spiritual path, we should make an effort. 12th chapter also Bhagavan says, if you can't offer all your karma onto me, he says, at least the karma pala, go through the karma. But when the karma pala comes, at least that you offer onto me. So Krishna Arpana over there. Mean no I over there, no mine over there. Afterwards, whatever karma we have done, the karma pala will come back to us for us to experience, good or bad. But in the beginning, we offer it onto the Lord. Once we offer it onto Him, He takes responsibility for it. So whatever it is, the goodness part or the badness part can't come and stick to us. Why? We've already offered it on to him. It becomes his now. And then he'll give it back to us. Why? Because we did the karma pala has to come back to us. But when it comes back from Bhagavan, it becomes prasadam. Then we enjoy the karma pala. But we are not enjoying the karma pala with an I and a mine attached over there. We are enjoying it as Bhagavan's prasadam. Bhagavan's prasadam can never ever bind us. So in the beginning, we should make an effort to slowly drop or renounce our hanging on to or our holding on to the karma pala. Ya karma palam tyajati. Then only we can slowly start working on the desire prompted activities. So a man of realization or a man of perfection, a Parama Bhakta of Bhagavan is one who has dropped all of them. He has renounced not only the karma pala, he has renounced all the karma also. Karmani sanyasyati. He has given them all up. Because there is no I in him, there is no mine in him at all. It's so simple. He exists not. Then who exists? Bhagavan exists in him. That is why we say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. He is Brahma, he is Vishnu, he is Maheshwara, and he is beyond them also. He is Sakshat Parabrahma. Then as a consequence of all this, Tato Nirdvandho Bhavati. He goes beyond the pairs of opposites. Because when we say karma pala, merit it can be, demerit it can be. So whether it is merit or demerit, it depends on the karma that we have done. Good karmas or bad karmas, good actions or not good actions. So opposites have already come in over there. Why did it happen? Because of my likes or my dislikes. What is conducive to me, what is not conducive to me. So all pairs of opposites, he goes beyond it or he transcends them all. We are all living in a realm of opposites. Our whole world is a realm of opposites, where day is there, night is there. Brightness is there, darkness is there. Joy is there, sorrow is there. Health is there, ill health is there. Honor is there, dishonor is there. Heat is there, cold is there. Profit is there, loss is there. Victory is there, defeat is there. Success is there, failure is there. Birth is there, death is there. So at all levels of our equipment, body, mind and intellect, we are always afflicted by or tormented by these pairs of opposites. It's only because of that all the trouble for us. Our trouble, challenges, difficulties, hurdles, worries, everything is because of these pairs of opposites only. And we are in the realm of the pairs of opposites. A man of realization goes beyond that. Anything, in any time, in any place, in any given situation, neither there is a like for him, neither there is a dislike for him. Neither anything is conducive to him, neither anything is unconducive to him. Actions just flow out of him. He doesn't perform activities like us. Why? Because we are all prompted by desire. He is not prompted by any desire. So he never ever takes the credit of having started the activity, going through the activity, the karma, and when the karma pala comes to him also, whatever it be, he doesn't claim it. He doesn't claim any ownership over it. Therefore, he has transcended all the pairs of opposites. So, therefore, tato nirdvandho bhavati. In the next sutra, 49th sutra, two more are there. So, over here the teacher says, yo vedanapi sanyasyati kevalam avichinna anuragam labate. So over here, yaha, whoever he be, he who. Again, it can be a Jivan Mukta or one who is walking the path of Bhakti, an advanced spiritual seeker. So he is one who has again done sannyasa. Sannyasa, now we've already seen. It's just, it is giving up. It is renouncing. What has he renounced over here? Even the Vedas he has renounced. It doesn't mean that he has stopped entering into the Vedas, he doesn't touch them at all, he doesn't quote them at all. It doesn't mean that at all. For a Jivan Mukta, knowledge is already fulfilled in him. What do the Vedas contain? What do our scriptures contain? Knowledge. What else do the Vedas contain? Rituals. What to do, what not to do. All the karmas, how to proceed and perform. The Karma Kanda section is there. It's a huge bulky section of the Vedas. So in the beginning, to get disciplined, we need to know what to do. We also need to know what not to do. But in him, all rituals are fulfilled. All the scriptures are fulfilled in him. Why a man of realization or a Jivan Mukta is a walking scripture. He is a walking, living Veda. What he says or what he utters is Vedas. All our rishis are jnanis and all our rishis are bhaktas. They are the ones who have given us the Vedas. So in them, Vedas are fulfilled. In that sense, given up. So everything has got fulfilled in them. All pujas are fulfilled in them. He has become dhanya, he has become fulfilled. What more is there for him to achieve? Nothing is there. What about this? What about the Vedas or the scriptures? Vedas and scriptures in a living form is the master in front of us or is the guru in front of us. In that sense, he has given up or renounced the Vedas. And for all of us, what does it mean? Should we give up the Vedas? Like in the earlier sutra, it was a karmani sanyasyati, give up all activities. It didn't mean give up action. It didn't mean giving up doing work. It meant dropping the I and the mind in whatever we are doing. So I and the mind should be dropped. It is not that we should literally drop off performing our activity. Similarly over here also, like I said, Vedas means studies, knowledge. Vedas means pujas, Vedas means rituals, Vedas means the discipline that we have to go through. There, I and mine is not there in him at all. He has dropped the I and the mine over there. And then he has entered into the study, or he has entered into doing whatever he is doing. I is not there, mine is not there. I have studied so much, all the Vedas I have studied, I have memorized. It is not there in him at all. In that sense, he is dropped off. He drops off the identification or linking that I and mine with the study or the knowledge or with the ritual or with whatever he is doing. Because whatever a man of realization does, whatever our guru does is nothing but a ritual only. When do we do a ritual? Ritual is something which is very, very divine. It's got sanctity. Whatever the master thinks, whatever the master utters, whatever the master does, whatever the guru accomplishes is nothing but a greatest ritual. Why? For our welfare and well-being, they are doing whatever they are doing. So in that sense, he has given up all the Vedas or renounced them. And what is he doing? Kevala means one and only one. Only and one only means pure. In the purest form. Pure salt when we say. Means Kevala, only salt is there. No other impurity is there. Inside it or outside it. So Kevala means one and one alone. Or pure. Capital P, pure. Avichinna. Chinna means to break up. Chinna means to break up into pieces. Avichinna means unbroken. So pure, unbroken. What does he have? Labate. He gains. Why will he gain? Whatever he is going to gain now, because he has practiced all what we have gone through previously. So that's why I said all these hold good for a sadhaka or a seeker also, who is pursuing the path of bhakti. So what does he gain? Labate, what does he gain? Pure, unbroken anuraga. Raga means love, attachment. Whenever we add anu, it means continuous. So therefore he gains pure, unbroken, continuous love. For whom? For the Lord. Because all the sadhana is only to attain to the Lord. He is not doing it to attain this and this, anything worldly, no. So as a consequence of practicing all these points, whatever was earlier indicated by Narada over here, he gains something. Earlier we were told, Nirdvandvo Bhavati. Slowly, slowly he goes beyond the pairs of opposites. It may be hot, yes it is hot. Not that the heat. If it's cold, it doesn't mean he will not feel the cold. In the cold, yes, he will wear a shawl around him. But he goes beyond it. Whereas we all sit and complain and crib and cry and grumble over it. Why? We are identified with it. It's hot, it's very, very hot, and then it goes on. For him, yes, it's hot, it's hot. It's cold, that's it. He goes beyond the heat part and the cold part. There is joy in this, fine, there is joy in this. Sorrow has come, sorrow has come. Body is healthy, body is healthy. Body is not healthy, body is not healthy, that's all. He never ever identifies anything special to it. Why? He has handed over everything himself, he has handed over to the Lord, 120%. So where is the question of any pairs of opposites bothering him or troubling him? They can't. He has transcended everything. And as a result of all this, what will he gain? We can ask the teacher. All of this, sir, is so difficult for us to practice. Finally, what will be the outcome? We are practicing all of this to gain the Lord. That loving altar over there. We are practicing bhakti towards him. Will we be able to gain him? Yes, we will be able to gain. So first of all, our devotion, that devotion which we have cultivated within ourselves will get enriched, will get enforced, will become more and more and more and more. So much so that it will completely overwhelm us. And that is what is meant by pure, which pure means nothing else over here. I want Bhagavan also, but along with him, I want this also, I want that also, I want this also. No. It's only pure, only Bhagavan and Bhagavan and Bhagavan only. So that sort of a bhakti will come to us. Ananya bhakti. Anya means other. Ananya means no otherness in that bhakti at all. We will not even ask the Lord for anything. Why are you praying to the Lord? I am devoted to him. Therefore I am praying to him. I am invoking him. Is there any purpose? We all say, yes, there is a purpose. I want this in my life to be fulfilled. I want this to be in my life to be fulfilled. Therefore, we go to the Lord with a demand list. But over here, this seeker or sadhak or a man of realization, in him, he is invoking the Lord through his love or through his bhakti for what? For nothing. Is there anything for him to gain? No, there is nothing for him to gain. He doesn't want anything at all. How many of us will say, I'm just going to the temple to just see the Lord over there. So it's a festival, beautifully the Lord is decorated. I'm just going to go over there and just look at him, enjoy looking at him. I will revel in looking at him and then come back. Only when there is a need or a want, we run to the temple or run to the puja room. So therefore over here, there is nothing that he wants. So therefore it is pure love, ananya bhakti over there. That bhakti doesn't demand anything at all. That is the bhakti which actually fulfills itself within the person. Avichin, unbroken. It is not Monday bhakti or Saturday bhakti or Ekadashi bhakti or once in a year bhakti. When the festival comes, then only we think of the Lord. It is continuously there, unbroken in him, like a river. The love that is there in him is flowing to the Lord, flowing towards the Lord. So unbroken, continuous. Because continuity may be there, but then in breaks we can send it also. It is Nitya Nirantara Ishvara Chintana, which is being indicated over here. That sort of a love, that sort of a bhakti will take its shelter in us. It will come to us. Pure kevala avichinna anuragam labate. Pure, unbroken, continuous love for the Lord. Whether it is the Puranas The characters that come in the Puranas, Dhruva it can be, Prahlada it can be, Vidura it can be, Vibhishana it can be, Hanumanji it can be, so many, Ambarish it can be, so many gopis it can be, or the lives of all our masters and saints who have walked the surface of the earth. If we study the incidents which come in the Puranas or study the life of all our saints, we will see this in them. It's just pure, untainted, unbroken, continuous love which all of us have within us. But that love, when it is directed to something nobler, to something higher, we are calling it as bhakti. And here it is love directed towards the Lord. So it's continuous, irrespective of what we are doing. Gopis, bhakti, we went through it earlier. Whatever they were, they did not just sit over there without doing anything. Why? I am practicing devotion towards Krishna. They were all very, very busy doing whatever they were doing. The Gopas and the Gopis. They are dairy farming. They were doing all of that work. They were hard working. And yet within themselves, they had this pure, unbroken, continuous love towards whom? Towards Krishna. The word Gopika itself means that. Not that only Shri, Gopis, Gopas also. Go is knowledge. One of the meanings. We've already seen bhakti and knowledge go together. We went to Gopika Gita. If we read in the Bhagavatam, we will know how knowledgeable the gopis were. They had the knowledge as to who really Krishna was. They never thought of him as a Nandagopa's and Yashoda's child, naughty, mischievous. That part was there. Who came to their house to steal butter. All those things were there. But they're very, very clear. And they know who Krishna is. And they verbalize it also in their Gopika Gita. So Go means knowledge, or we can say even bhakti. P means to drink. Ka means to revel in. So they were drunk with what? They were drunk with the knowledge of who Krishna was. Therefore, they were able to connect with him with that sort of a higher love. Their love was not the lower love at all. Nothing they demanded from him. Everything of theirs was given away to him unconditionally. So therefore, Go means both knowledge as well as devotion. Highest devotion. They were overwhelmed with it. Means it's like drinking it. P. And they were reveling in it. Sometimes we say, I am a devotee, and then afterwards, but in our face, sadness is there, grief is there, sorrow is there. Why? I am devoted to the Lord, but these things happened in my life. It was not like that at all. So very often we are devoted to the Lord, but our face will show sadness, grief, sorrow, because that is all conditioned bhakti. Gopis' bhakti was not like that. So they were overwhelmed with, they were intoxicated with Krishna bhakti. They knew who he was and they were reveling in it. That is what they gained to it. That is what the teacher is saying over here also. So finally one comes to this pure, unbroken, continuous love, bhakti for the Lord. So when a person starts walking that path, finally he will reach to the Lord. Who is the Lord? Love itself. Capital L, capital O, capital V, capital E. God is love. God is knowledge. God is truth. God is Dharma, all capital. So walking the path of bhakti, walking the path of love, one attains to that state of love. That state of love in the Upanishads is called as Brahman. Or if we want to give it a Saguna form, we can say Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Devi, Ityadi. So through walking the path of love, the devotee reaches the state of love. We can say reaches Bhagavan and he experiences him. Not that he reaches the Lord, he is there, the devotee, Bhagavan is there on the other side, and there are two people meeting each other. Completely he becomes Lord himself. Jivatma becomes Paramatma. There are no two there at all afterwards. There is only one. That is called as total absolute fulfillment. Who has reached it? All our masters have reached this. So therefore, if all these factors that Narada has given to us, 12 of them, are all practiced by a person who's walking the path of bhakti sincerely, regularly, consistently, then the teacher says, sure, this sort of a devotion will materialize in him or manifest in him, and then it becomes very, very easy for us to reach the Lord. Reaching love is very easy. Such a person reaches the Lord. And then what happens? The question was in the 46th Sutra, Kastarati Kastarati. Who crosses over Maya? Who really crosses over Maya? The teacher is winding it up over here in the 50th Sutra. Sa tarati, sa lokam tarayati. Such a person alone crosses over Maya. Such a person alone crosses over Maya, because twice the question was asked, answer is also twice. It's just for emphasis. Because how many of them we say Jnani, Bhakta, Ityadi, but it is at such a superficial level. I've surrendered to the Lord. Have we really surrendered to the Lord? We are devoted to the Lord. Are we really devoted to the Lord? We are meditating on the Lord. Are we really meditating on Him? Is the question. So all of this has to be sincerely practiced and followed regularly, consistently. Only then the teacher says, and why are we doing all this? To cross over Maya. Once Maya is crossed, we have reached the Lord. Whichever path we are following. Over here it is Bhakti Marga, the path of devotion. Whichever be the path of karma, the path of jnana, the path of Raja Yoga, or even Bhakti Yoga over here. Why are we all engaged in spiritual sadhana? It's only to cross over the ocean of samsara. It's only to transcend Maya, to cross over Maya. Once Maya, what is Maya? Spiritual ignorance. Once it has been crossed, then we reach that one without a second state and become that state. Not that we will reach it and we are there and that state is there, or we are there and Bhagavan is there away from us. We become one over there. It's Advaita there. So the question was asked, the answer is given over here. Such a person alone will cross over. Such a person indeed alone, he alone crosses over and reaches that highest state. Such a person we call as a Jivan Mukta. Then what? Immediately the teacher is telling us over here, he just doesn't quit his physical body, or the physical body doesn't drop off. No, he comes back. To live where? To live amongst us, amidst us. Whether he is in the Himalayas or whether he comes amidst us. He is already crossed over Maya. What will he do afterwards? Is there any role for him to play? Is there a purpose for him? There is no purpose actually. He is fulfilled himself. But that compassion that he has for all of us. Karunya Sindho, Shankara says about a guru. He knows the difficulties. He knows what he was. Before realization, he knows where he was as a Jivan Mukta. Then the anxiety to cross over Maya, the anxiety to go beyond the bondages, the limitations, the conditionings, to go beyond the realm of chain. Therefore, such a person took up the spiritual path. It was not very easy at all. All these 12 factors are not easy for us in the beginning. We really have to put in lot of effort. And then finally he has reached. He has crossed over Maya. He has crossed over Maya. And from there, when he looks back at us, he sees all of us suffering. In this ocean of samsara, we are all drowning actually. Will he just sit down over there and say, I have crossed over Maya. Now why should I bother about all these people, or why should I care about all these people? No. He has become Bhagavan himself. Bhagavan is infinite love, infinite compassion. Therefore, what will he do? So, lokam tharayati. He can't but help us also to cross over the ocean of samsara. That becomes a part of him. Not that he is doing something. It's just an integral part of him. Loka means we all, worldly people. Those who have fallen into the ocean of samsara. At least a few let me lift up, help in whatever, different masters do it in different ways. No two masters are the same. So therefore all of them, after having crossed over Maya, after having crossed over the realm of change and got well established rooted in the state of Jivan Mukti, all those Jivan Muktas, what will they do? They will come back and help us also to cross over. So Lokam Tarayati. It doesn't mean now some of them didn't, we can make a list of some Mahatmas who have never left the Himalayas, or some of the masters who have never left the city or the village where they were born. They stayed over there. What did they do? Staying wherever they are, they can help us. They can help us physically by talking to us, advising us. But the spiritual vibrations that just come out of them, they're not emitting anything. It just flows out of them. Sun is not busy doing something over there. Surya Bhagavan in the sky. When we ask him, what are you doing? I'm very busy. I'm constantly emitting. I'm doing work. What is the work you're doing? I'm emitting heat and light. He doesn't say that at all. He says, I am there. Heat and light are my nature. It just flows from me. Effortlessly, spontaneously, instantaneously. So also our masters. So they can be there physically in front of us to help us and to guide us. They can be in the remotest caves of the Himalayas, unknown to all of us. Right now when we are sitting for satsang, unknown to all of us, there may be some Mahatmas in the remotest caves of the Himalayas sitting over there. We feel they are not doing anything. Where have they come to help us all? But they are sending their spiritual vibrations. Not that they are sending, it just flows out of them. They have reached that state of infinitude. So we can't even measure what is coming out of them. From infinite only can come out. So they are just sending their spiritual vibrations to all of us. Unconditionally. There is no discrimination over there. Samahatva. Everybody, it's available for all of us, wherever we are, in whichever country we are, in whichever state we are, in whichever, whatever be the state and stage of our life, it's just coming to us. But why are we not benefited? Because we are switched off. That's all it is. We have not connected to them. If we want to see a particular channel in the TV, we have to press the channel. But the channel is continuously reporting over that, the news channel. Oh, I didn't get it means I did not connect. That doesn't mean that the channel is not working or not propagating the news. 24/7 news is coming. It's there. Only we did not switch on to that particular channel. And therefore we are not receiving it. So the transmitting station is 24/7, 365 days working. Whether the master is physically in front of us or whether the master is not there physically in front of us, wherever they are, we receiving sets are all switched off. So as long as we are switched off, we won't receive it, that's all. But we can't blame the master. Sun's rays are there, light is there outside, but we have closed the windows, we have drawn the curtains, and then we are saying it is dark, sun is not sending his rays. Sun's rays are there just outside. We are the ones who have closed the curtains. So we have to open the curtain, then the light will automatically come in. So similarly, we have all shut the windows of our mind. What will the vibrations do? They want to help us to cross over Maya, to cross over the realm of change. But we are all switched off over there. So that little bit of effort we have to do from our side, opening the mind's window. Bahagilenu tegidu. A master writes very beautifully in Kannada, there's a Devarnama. Baya muchi, bagilanu tegedu, Bhagavad Dhyanava madiraya. Bayi muchi means not just we should not talk. We should stop all our activities, meditation or invoking the Lord. We cut off all other worldly activities. To indicate that, he says, Baya muchi, close your mouth. And bagilanu tegedu. Which door should I open? Our house front door, main door should be open? And strangers should come in? No. Bagilanu tegedu means open the doors of your mind. And then do Bhagavad Dhyana. Means we have connected now with the Master. The moment we connect with him, wherever he be, he may be in our city or in our village, or he may be in, like I said, in the remotest caves of the Himalaya. Distance doesn't matter there at all. We will be able to receive the vibrations from them. And then we will be able to easily walk the spiritual path. Why? Guru has come into our lives. So that's what it means. Lokam Tarayati. So with this, the 50th sutra is over. The 51st sutra over here. Now the teacher has talked about how to cultivate, enrich and bring out in us this bhakti or this love for the Lord, higher love it is. That higher love in us, bhakti, will fulfill itself only when all these conditions are met. If none of these 12 conditions are met, or the 11 of them, so that the 12th one gets fulfilled in us, we will be failing to become a devotee of the Lord. We can go around saying, I am a devotee of Lord, I am a devotee of the Lord, but we wouldn't have moved an inch on our spiritual path. So when all of these get fulfilled in us, bhakti will get fulfilled in us, and as a consequence of that bhakti, we will be able to reach the Lord. How will such a person be? He has reached his fulfillment. How has he reached his fulfillment? Through bhakti. We would want to know what is the nature of that bhakti. Once we are overwhelmed with that devotion in us, a Jivan Mukta, how will he be able to express it to us? Can we hear from him directly what exactly is the nature of this devotion that he is practicing or that he has already practiced, and as a result of which he has reached the highest? So, sir, what is that state that you have reached? The absolute state, God's realization, which we talk about, mukti, moksha, enlightenment. You say you have reached it. You are reveling in it. Can you describe it to us? Can you describe it to us back? It comes in the next section that starts with the Sutra 51. We will take it up in the next class.